but it is a mini split. Here we go. Walking down the street. We get the funniest feeling from everyone we meet. Just trying to be friendly. Everybody in the restaurant was waving goodbye. Did you guys see them? Yeah, I'm going. You're going to have to wait on me. So if I don't go, you're never going to let me go. Sorry. So very sorry. Here we go. So, Jimmy's Restaurant. Oh, now it's the hot dog ranch moved to Jimmy's Restaurant. Holy shit. It used to be Jimmy's Restaurant. Now it's the hot dog ranch. Holy shit. Oh, up here is where I used to live. If it's still here, the house I used to live in is gone. It is gone. There's a new sports complex. Well, this has always been a park. Maybe the house I used to live in is further up ahead. I used to live in a house up here. It's where I had my daughter. We had the top floor. It was a cute little apartment. That dude was on his freaking phone while he was riding a bike. Okay, it's straight up here. It's this little blue house. I had the top floor. This little blue house. I had the second floor. Little one-bedroom house. It's really, apartment on the top floor. It was really cute. Anyway. To work in a factory up here. It's what paid for my daughter. Oh wow, that's a huge U-Haul. Holy shit. Used to be the movie theaters. Cannabis. High quality cannabis. 10 Callahan Drive. We should go in and see the high quality cannabis at 10 Callahan Drive. Yes, I saw Como resign. He did the right thing. He did the right thing. Up here, this big building that you're about to see on the left-hand side is where I used to work. Shapery, this is the Textron. This was the Textron building. And I fought for women's rights in this building so hard. I really blazed a lot of roads in this building. I blazed a lot of roads for females in that factory. I sure did. I was pregnant and unmarried, and the damn company nurse tried to get me to quit my job. What the fuck? This keeps zooming in worse. All right, here we go. Here we go. Now we're gonna go up the mountain. Hello, nice to see you, Catherine Jones. Thank you for my ex-husband's parents' house is up here on the right. He committed suicide there. Had to take a right there on Humberford around 1980. And we were arguing. We were really fighting hard. We were supposed to meet friends in New York State for dinner, and he was in a mood, so we were fighting really hard. I called him a cunt face and told him, is that the year you were born? I called him a cunt face and told him that he had his face in every cunt in Wichita Falls. I mean, in Easton. So he was a cunt face. And he started hitting me. I was driving the car. So I'm driving the car and he's hitting me. And I'm getting really frustrated and scared and tired of him beating me. And sick of this shit. Always happening. And oh, right there is a trailhead I could have stopped at, but it's not where I wanted to stop at. I want to stop at the scenic overlook. So he's beating me. Here it is. Look at this. Look at this view. This is the scenic overlook. Check this shit out. I got nobody behind me. You can see 4 states from here. You can see. Hang on a minute. It is going to be amazing. Let me get the dogs. Let me get the dogs out and get Freckles trained up and get a lawn chair. And actually, I don't need a lawn chair. Just give me a minute. Freckles! You can go under. Freckles! You guys don't do shit. Here we go for story time. So, look at this. You can see New York State, Vermont, Massachusetts, and Connecticut from here. New York State, Vermont. I won't skip over the gory details. So, we were driving up the mountain and we were arguing. And we were driving up the mountain and we were arguing. And he started hitting me. And so I turned my car around into this turnout. And I think we were probably parked right about here. Yep. Maybe more right about here. We were parked right about here at the turnout. And I grabbed the keys and jumped out of the car. And so he jumped out of the car. So I jumped back in the car and tried to take off. And he jumped in the back seat. And he said, "Don't worry, bitch. I can still hit you from here." And I got really frustrated. And I got out of the car and I came over here to this guardrail, and I'm gonna step over this guardrail, and it's not so easy in a mini skirt. So I came over here to this guardrail and I stood right here. Oh, look, there's a wildlife trail going right here. I stood right here and I threw my keys as hard and as far as I could from right here. You see how far down that is? That's really far down. I threw my car keys down there. And then I realized I fucked up. So I started going down the side of the mountain to look for my keys. And my ex-husband stood up here, leaning up against this guardrail right here, watching me go down the side of the mountains looking for my keys and laughing at me. And so I popped off at him. I don't remember what I said, but I popped off. I'm pretty good at zingers. And he started coming down the side of the mountain after me. And I was about 50 yards, or maybe 50 feet down the side of the mountain. And when he came after me, he got over next to me, and I kicked him as hard as I could in both of his knees. And because he had already beaten me really severely in the past, and his feet went out from underneath him, and he slid about maybe 10 feet down the side of this mountain, and then he came back up. And when he came back up, he started beating me, punching me repeatedly in the head while he was sitting on me. He punched me so many times on the left side of my head that the right side of my eye was bloody and black and blue. My right eye. When he'd finished beating me, he took me and kind of tossed me down the side of this mountain. And then he must have seen my face. As I rolled down the side of the mountain, he saw my face. And he freaked out. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh my God, look what I did. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Oh my God, look what I did. And he picked me up off the side of the mountain and very carefully carried me helped me back up the side of the mountain and over the guardrail and over to the car. We had spring water in the back of the car, and he'd was taking spring water and putting it on a rag and washing my face with it. I remember a car slowing down and pulling over here, and the man in the car said, "Are you okay?" And I could just kind of look at him. I was in shock at that point. And my ex-husband answered for me and said, "Oh, yeah, she's fine. She just fell down." So because I'd thrown my keys off the side of this mountain, we didn't have keys for the car to get home. So he started hitchhiking, and we got picked up by somebody, and he had them drop us off at the best Mexican restaurant in town. And we went inside to eat at the best Mexican restaurant in town. When we sat down at the table, he told me go in the bathroom and put some makeup on. You look horrible. So I took my purse into the bathroom and put makeup on. He acted like nothing had happened. Nothing happened. I was still in shock until the next day. And the next day was Saturday, and he had me drive him to do laundry, and I'm sitting there watching him fold his clothes, and he starts talking to me because, he didn't have a car. He starts talking to me about going to get ice cream. "I'm going to take you for ice cream after we're finished with the laundry." And I'm sitting there thinking, holy fuck, he's acting like nothing happened. Look at me. And he's acting like nothing happened. He took me to work. Actually, that was because he took me to work and told me to go in and ask them for vacation time off. And I went into work to ask for vacation time off. And my boss looked at me and said, oh God, oh no, you deserve so much better. Yes, you can take vacation. I looked horrible. So we did the laundry and we got back to his apartment, and he got out of my car to go to the back of the car to get his laundry out. And I hit the gas and took off with his laundry. He went back to my house. I had my own apartment then. So I went back to my own apartment, and this is the interesting story. I mean, all of that was horrible. And that's why a big part of the reason why I have such severe PTSD now. But the next day he called me, and he was real big into this Sylvan mind control, out of body astral projection stuff. And he said, come get me. I did astral projection last night, and I know where your keys are. So I went and picked him up and drove him up here, because I'd had a locksmith bring me up here to rekey the car. So I had keys to the car, so I went and picked him up and brought him up here. And he got out of my car, stepped over this guardrail, and my keys were way the fuck down there at the base of, like, where that tree is right there, the light green one right there. They were way down there at the base of that tree. I don't know if you can see it. Can you see my finger? No, there's my finger. So anyway, it doesn't matter. They were way the fuck down there. He stepped over this guardrail. He stepped over that guardrail and walked straight to those keys and picked them up and brought them back up and gave them to me. How the fuck did he do that? How did he do that? Anyway, that's my overlooked story for Massachusetts. This beautiful, picturesque place was a place of terror for me. But it's still beautiful, isn't it? And I just thought I'd share the story of, yeah. Astral projection is real. You have to believe it, because he walked straight down. He walked straight down there. And it was way the hell over there in the corner. I threw it hard. It had a pretty good arc to it. Oh, you're welcome. I'm fortunate because I was brave and strong enough to get away from him. But it took me a couple more years. I didn't get away from him until 1983. The beginning of 1983. But it is real. Astral projection is real, because I've seen it happen. So in addition to me getting the worst beating of my life at this location, I also witnessed... Hey, Winston, come here. I also witnessed astral projection at work. And it really did work. I mean, I was shocked to hell. How the hell did he know that was going to be there? I don't know. I don't know, but he said he saw it in a dream. After he meditated about astral projection and about wanting to find my keys, he went to sleep and saw my keys in his astral projection. Either that, or he had a friend bring him up here. And I don't think he had any friends, but he had a friend bring him up here, and he found them and then fooled me by saying he used astral projection, but he's not that good. And they were my keys, the same keys that I threw over the side of the mountain. So there you go. I thought you guys would enjoy that story time. Um, Trying to get her lead out of the way. I hope you did. I'm going to get off of here and take a break for a few minutes. Actually, I don't think I am. I don't think I'm going to get off of here. I'm not going to take a break. I'm going to load the dogs up and we're just going to keep on keeping on. So y'all stay if you want to. We're going to continue traveling. Isn't that crazy? Here we go. Come on, Gonzo. Come on, Winston. Come on, Winston. Get in here. Here we go. Here, let me get out of the way. I gotta get Freckles loose. Come on, Winston, come on. Get in the bus. We gotta go. Get in and get you a drink. Go on. Get you a drink before we take off. I gotta go under the bus to start it. It's freaking hot here. It's too hot to stay.
Hello.